I'm lifted up, suspended in the air. Wind chimes and dream catchers know me by name, call me wonder child, call me light worker, call me divine one.
Zoe Modiga joins me today. Zoe, good evening. It's quite late, but you made
Yes.
Thank you so much for making time for us today. How was your day? How are you, feeling so far?
Oh my goodness, my day has been a day filled with beautiful people and a lot of traveling because we were coming from Ekaya, Ngasemzansi, and we just made our way here to the beautiful Emaswatini, which has honestly become something of a second home for me because of the amount of times that I've come to visit Yabon. So it's been beautiful to be here, to see the heat, because the heat we're experiencing there at home is also here in this home.
Yeah. Our makeup almost melted today.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about it. I think mine did melt actually, and then the rain didn't help.
Same. But it kind of cool things down,
Yes. Blessings.
Yeah, blessings, especially after a performance today, and tell us about, how you prepare, for a set or rendition like, what we saw today, the Divas.Concert, is it weeks of rehearsing, practicing, choreography? What do you do? How do you get ready for such a show?
Oh goodness. So I'm lucky enough to have this incredible purpose of making music, of healing people, of speaking to people through song and reminding us who it is that we are. And because of that, there's constant platforms and stages that we're able to be on to do that, So the preparation is always happening through the form of rehearsals and going to do maybe styling checks for the costume I'll be wearing at the time.
Nice.
Maybe also just having some movement rehearsals with myself and seeing how do I want to relay this message, this song, and speak to people in that way. But I always try to leave a bit of room for God, a bit of room for the magic and for the unknown, because I think that's where beautiful things happen. So we prepare, we have a good time. I work with world-class musicians and a beautiful team. And then we make room for the magic with the audience.
Nice. I think as a Maswati would learn a thing or two about that, prepare yourself enough, but also leave enough room for magic, for God, for whatever energy that you allow to, come through at that moment. How does it make you feel, to hear people say that Zoe's music, is a representation, a true definition of the present and future of African music, not only South African music, but African music?
It feels like purpose work. It feels like something that I would hope for it to be, because I am proudly African. I happen to be born in South Africa, and and I love to carry the stories from exactly where I was raised, because I was raised by my grandparents, I was raised by a community of people, but I was also raised by this beautiful continent as well.
Yeah.
And I love to be influenced and inspired by my fellow brothers and sisters and to raise the flag, because when I'm home, I'm representing that. When I'm in my larger home here, in Mesotine, I'm doing the same. And in the world, we say to the world that the time is now. Like Africa is rising. It's our collective story. So it's just always so beautiful.
Yeah. When you got the invitation or the word that you'd be part of the Divas.Concert in Eswatini, honoring Emaswati, how did you feel? Were you ecstatic? You jump, around over the place and, excited about it, because this is such a special event, for the ladies, about the ladies, entrepreneurs and arts and craft in Eswatini and even outside, how did that make you feel?
It felt like it made so much sense. This year we released our third album called Unomthandazo, which means Mother of Prayer. And it's an album that celebrates divine feminine energy, literally. It's inspired by Ukokwami. And so I've been enjoying being pulled into so many different spaces that recognize and celebrate womanhood, because that's the chapter that I'm in. So being able to come here in Maswatini, having a good time with the divas, sharing a stage with the divas as
Yeah,
well.
get to see what Maswati divas are up to.
Absolutely. And it's giving pipes, it's giving good times, it's giving talent.
She's the pipes a day.
Yes, people are taking up a space. And the women that were on stage before I came on were really so moving. Yeah, I was listening to it as I was preparing for my set, obviously, and I was blessed by what I was receiving. So shout out to all of us.
Shout out to them, all the divas out there. And Eswatini. Okay, so let's talk about your energy. Right now we're doing this interview. For anyone that didn't watch or see you perform, would not say this or attest to what I'm gonna say. The fact that now you're giving me like chilled, poised, soft-spoken Zoe, but when you get to stage, it's a completely different thing. It's like crazy fire. It's all things everywhere. It's haywire. I don't know how to describe that, but you become this, firecracker, when you get to stage, Why is that? Why do we get two personas? I don't know if I should put it that way.
Yeah, well, I would say all of it is me. I stand as one, but I walk as 10,000, and sometimes that is more demure and laid back, and what we're experiencing now in this moment, because I don't feel like I need to live up to anything. It's just us having a beautiful conversation. And on stage, there is a sense of firecracker, because that's when the 10,000 come alive as well.
Okay.
Where it isn't just me, but it's those that I walk with. It's my God. And I find platform really is like that. When you're in your purpose work, there's a way that it qualifies you. There's a way that you might not feel worthy, but it makes you worthy.
Yeah.
And so there is a rising up to the occasion that I do when I'm on stage. I think a diva is someone who walks in their divine feminine energy, who has a sense of knowing who it is that they are. Because when you have a sense of knowing who you are, it changes the way you walk into the room. It changes the way that you...
Why they say you've got presence.
Yes, exactly. It changes what you think of yourself, and it's very contagious, that diva energy. Because now just seeing you in your element, it's like, I also want to be in my element.
Remember what I said?
It's very contagious.
And I see you do a thing on stage, I'm like, I wish, I'd have that same,
And the thing is, it might not present itself the same way, but you do it. So for me, it really is just that, knowing that you are a complete human being, that you are learning and growing and working on yourself, and that you just, in the words of Zoe Modiga, our Miss Universe, you are taking up space,
right?
And existing and allowing different versions of you to exist while you figure out what this life is. I think that's a diva.
I like it for us as Africans also. That was like a full package. One last message, to all the divas out there, Eswatini, South Africa, the entire world. What's your message to them? It's December. We're going into a new year, 2025. What are you saying to them?
I would like to say well done for making it through 2024 with all the challenges that might have been presented to you, with all the victories that you might have been able to receive. I send so much love to you. May you continue to walk in the knowingness of who you are, and understand that not having it all figured out is okay. Because we're here to live, we're here to learn and grow.
Yeah.
But ultimately, with what you learn, please share it with us, because you're not here to just observe. You're here to share so that we can learn from you too.
Okay.
But we're excited for your story. We're excited for what it is that you had to bring. And we're ready for you 2025. Let's see you, baby. Stand up, rise up. Okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'd say.
Thank you so much, Zoe, for joining us today. I hope that you have a beautiful night as yourself. Thank you.
Guys they've been working really hard.
Yeah.
So we will all have a beautiful
With the whole tea, babe. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Until the next one.
Until the next one, Queen.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
lifted, we're lifted now.